Hi. This is not what I saw happening. This is not what I wanted to happen. uh, okay, let's start. Let's just get into it. I was supposed to do my very first ultra, I guess. It was a 6-hour endurance race. I have been training since January, about January. Around mid-February to early March, things started to really take a turn. I don't exactly know what happened. I can say for certain I got sick several times and missed some long runs or had to adapt them to be slightly shorter. I honestly don't know exactly what happened. I was set to do 50K at that 6-hour race. The pace was doable. All of it was doable. But other than getting sick a few times, which I think I could have dealt with, there was a lot of other life things happening. I am a mom of a toddler, and while I have great childcare, I have really good systems in place for that, it's a lot with a toddler to train for an ultra. And there have been a lot of other stressors happening. Just things that I don't really want to get into, other than my life's kind of in shambles right now. I'm getting sick constantly. Like, my digestion is terrible. I'm not properly digesting my food. Due to that stress, I am not sleeping well due to that stress. It's just, there's no other way to say it than it's been a horrific training block. Just terrible. Other than that, I take full accountability for this. I have been mostly on the treadmill over the winter. I live in Wisconsin. The weather has been quite unpredictable, and I just started running less than a year ago. I started running at the end of May in 2025, and right now it's April 29th of 2026. So I had 7 months of experience when I started training for this ultra, and I had only ever run a half marathon. And, well, in theory, if everything had gone to plan, it would have been safe increases. It was a 21-week build, and I had plenty of time. I even had my half marathon that I just raced on Saturday. I PR'd in. I had that going for me. That was supposed to be my main B race. It was just supposed to be my redemption from my first half marathon where I was injured and had to run through the injury. And this one was just supposed to be perfect. And it was a great race. But the biggest obstacle has been those life things, and I can't seem to get my long run past 13 miles. The highest my long run has been was 14 miles, and that was back in February. So now we're sitting in March, or in April. We are at the end of April. My race was a month away, and there is not a way to safely increase to that distance that I need. And now this is a 6-hour race, so I would have 6 hours to run, to walk. I do not feel safe doing so. I saw how my half marathon really took it out of me. I was sore for days. I collapsed at the finish line. Okay, collapse is a heavy word. I fell over at the finish line just from exhaustion, really. It was the first race that I didn't have to stop. So at all times I was moving except for one bathroom break. And I did take a couple walking breaks towards the end, and that brought my pace down a lot. I'm still proud of what I put out there on Saturday, but I saw how my body reacted to just being out there for 2.5 hours, and I am not ready for this 6-hour race. So I will unfortunately be DNSing, so I will not be going. I feel like if I do go, I'm really risking injury. I'm risking a lot. And for something that I feel is something I've finally found, like, my niche, right? Like, I finally found my niche. And I feel as though going and completing the 6 hours, well, I think I could do it, especially if I was run walking. I just see where I'm at 4 or 5 days past my half marathon, and I don't feel safe going. So unfortunately, this is not what I wanted to be doing. This block just was so horrific, and yeah, I'm kind of going through stages of denial, like, but I could still pull it off, right? I could still go pull it off. I don't think, so what I could do is jump to 15 this week because I did 13 last week, and then jump to 17 and just try to do a marathon out there. I don't think it's a good idea. I don't feel as though I think I'm going to get hurt if I do it. And I feel so strongly about my running, and I think that my best course of action is to pull out and revisit the marathon distance in September, where I am scheduled to do the Fox Cities Marathon. I will be doing it with my sister-in-law. So right after, I have one more half marathon scheduled for this, like 3 weeks from now. And it was purely supposed to be for fun because my run-a-plan had me doing a 13-mile run right before my full taper week. So I was like, okay, why not? Go get a medal for it. I need to get some water. Excuse me. This is really hard to talk about. So I have that in the works. And then that'll kind of just be my big one for now. We're planning to get a hotel room and kind of make up for what I'll be missing in Stevens Point, where my big race was. I don't know, I keep going like in and out of my head, like I could still pull it off, right? I could still pull it off. It's just not a smart idea at this point. I have not run past 2 hours and 30 minutes, and there's no way to safely get that up without risking injury. And at this point, it is what it is. I could show up and run walk, but again, I feel like for me, the best decision mentally and physically is to protect myself. And it's been such a huge mental toll and mental stressor that I just need to, unfortunately, drop. And that's where I'm at. So I don't know. I don't know where to go from here. I guess after this half marathon in a couple weeks, it's on May 17th. After that, I'm going to be just maybe 2 weeks of recovery because I plan to give that my all. And then I will be starting my new marathon training block and just hoping for the best. I think maybe starting over, starting from scratch, maybe that'll give me a better shot this time. I'll also be training with my sister-in-law because we'll be running it together, so we'll kind of have each other to hold each other accountable. And I think that that's good. I'm obviously a little shaken. I have gone back and forth for almost a month now on if I even wanted to go, and long story short, I was not ready. I was nowhere near ready, mentally, physically, all of it. I let this take too much from me mentally, and I know a big part of running is the mental thing, but like the tears I've shed for missing these runs and all of that, like, it just sucks. At the end of the day, there was no winning in this situation, like showing up and getting hurt, or not showing up, not getting hurt, but dealing with the disappointment. And I don't even know how I'm gonna be feeling the day of, or anything like that. Like, I'm gonna do my best to just put it out of my head, but my friend is running it, so I know I'll be seeing photos. Yeah, it's a bummer. Like, it's a bummer at the end of the day. It just sucks, and literally nothing I can do about it. I have made my decision, and I can't go back on it now. And I can't go back and change this training block, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know where to go from here. My mom and I, she's been like the biggest help in this whole thing. Her and I are trying to figure out like a new fun race I could do instead that I know I can do. So we're looking at, one of the things I want to break into more is trail running. So we've been looking at some trail races and things like that to try to replace it, I guess. There is one Spartan race, and we're looking at that one. So yeah, I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. I'm giving myself, I made this decision yesterday, so I didn't really feel it until today, and then today I got a 6.5 mile run done, and we had our tax day dinner, so we went out for dinner, and I just kind of needed some space, so I came out to my favorite spot, and I'm just sitting here talking to my phone. I'm gonna let myself feel this, and that's that. I'm not gonna stop running. I don't even need to take 10 steps back. I need to reevaluate and just kind of go from there. And it's not over, like my journey's not over. I still have a redemption chance, but it won't be an ultra this year. Ultra is now out of the question for the year, and it sucks. It really sucks. So with that, I am gonna cut this off here because your girl is just not morbidly depressed, but morbidly in shock. Just in shock that this is what's happening. And my decision was made, and I just have to live with that now. And I have to live with the disappointment and grieve and try to figure out how to make what I have for the rest of the year count, and what I can do differently, and how I can train differently, and what changes do I need to make to my programs, all of that. So I hope everyone has a beautiful day and meets all the goals that they're trying to achieve, because frick, this sucks. This really sucks. So get out there, enjoy some nature, and have a beautiful day.